Welcome back to Pocket Change Coins channel, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we have an exciting coin to talk about, one that you might not expect to be worth a fortune. We're diving into the details of the 1967 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. Now, most of us have come across a penny or two in our lifetime, but did you know that some of these pennies, especially from the 1960s, can be worth far more than just 1 cent? That's right, this 1967 penny might be sitting in your coin jar, just waiting for you to discover its true value. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this little coin could fetch. Let's first explore the history behind the 1967 Liberty 1-cent coin. The United States Mint has been producing pennies since 1793, and the designs on the penny have evolved over time. In 1909, the penny was redesigned to feature Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse side, and this iconic design by sculptor Victor David Brenner has been part of the penny ever since. In 1967, the design remained the same, with Lincoln's portrait on the front and two wheat ears surrounding the word 1 cent on the reverse side. The 1967 penny was minted at a time when the U.S. was undergoing significant changes. The economy was evolving, and the coinage itself was starting to reflect the rising cost of production. While the 1967 penny was produced in large numbers and was widely circulated, it remains a key piece in the history of U.S. coinage. Over time, as fewer and fewer of these coins remain in circulation, their value has slowly started to rise, especially for those in excellent condition or with particular minting features. So, what makes the 1967 Liberty 1-cent coin so special? As with most coins, the value of the 1967 penny comes down to a few key factors: condition, rarity, and any unique characteristics that may have occurred during the minting process. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of any coin. Coins that have been heavily circulated will often show signs of wear, scratches, dings, and faded details. These imperfections decrease the coin's value, as collectors prefer coins that are in the best condition possible. However, if you happen to find a 1967 penny that's in uncirculated or near mint condition, you're holding on to something special. These well-preserved coins are much rarer and much more valuable to collectors, who seek out coins that show no signs of use. Another factor to consider is rarity. Although millions of 1967 pennies were produced, the number of those that remain in excellent condition is far smaller. Many of these pennies have been lost over the years or damaged through heavy use. The rarity of the 1967 penny in pristine condition makes it a valuable piece in the world of coin collecting. If you're fortunate enough to find one that has been carefully preserved, it's likely worth more than just a few cents. But there's another thing that could make your 1967 penny even more valuable: minting errors. These occur when there's a mistake made during the production of the coin, and they can make a coin even more valuable. Mint errors are highly sought after by collectors because they represent unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. For example, you could have a 1967 penny with an unusual die crack, a double strike, or other errors that occurred during the minting process. These rare mistakes can cause the coin's value to skyrocket. If you happen to spot a mint error, you could be looking at a coin worth much more than a standard 1967 penny. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1967 Liberty 1-cent coin. For a regular, well-preserved penny, you might not see a huge return. It could be worth a few dollars. However, if you have a 1967 penny in uncirculated or near mint condition, or if it has a rare mint error, the value could be much higher. In fact, the price of a pristine 1967 penny with a unique characteristic could be worth as much as $22,000. That's right, $22,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that something so small and humble could hold such a high value, but it just goes to show how much the world of coin collecting can surprise us. The 1967 Liberty 1-cent coin is a prime example of how condition, rarity, and minting errors can turn an everyday piece of currency into a valuable collector's item. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable 1967 pennies? Start by closely examining the condition. If your penny is in uncirculated or near mint condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear, scratching, or discoloration, you may have a coin worth far more than face value. Next, check for any minting errors. Look for things like doubled features, strange marks, or off-center strikes that could make your coin unique. If you find one of these errors, you could have a rare treasure in your hands. If you think you found a valuable 1967 penny, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. Professional graders can examine your coin and give you a detailed evaluation of its condition, authenticity, and potential value in the market. With the right grading, your coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. In conclusion, the 1967 United States Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just a piece of history, it's a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. With the right combination of condition, rarity, and minting errors, your 1967 penny could be worth as much as $22,000. Now, we're going to explore a fascinating piece of American history, the 1963 Liberty 1-cent coin. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, but trust me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. The 1963 penny is a rare find for collectors, and depending on its condition and some unique factors, it could be worth a lot more than you would expect. Before we jump into the details about its value, let's take a step back and explore the 1963 penny's history. The United States has been minting pennies for well over a century, and they've gone through various designs and changes over the years. In 1909, the iconic Abraham Lincoln portrait was added to the front of the penny, which has been used ever since. The 1963 penny is no different, featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse side. On the reverse, you'll see the wheat ears surrounding the words, 1 cent, a design that was used on pennies from 1909 until 1958. However, by 1963, the U.S. Mint had begun transitioning away from the wheat design and was preparing to introduce the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. But there was one final batch of pennies with the wheat ears that still carried on, making the 1963 a transitional coin of sorts. One key feature of the 1963 penny that sets it apart from other pennies minted that year is the D mint mark. This mint mark indicates that the coin was produced in Denver, and it's an important detail for collectors, as different mint marks can impact a coin's rarity and value. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1963 penny so valuable. Most people think of pennies as being practically worthless, but in the world of coin collecting, there are many factors that determine a coin's value. First and foremost, the condition of the coin is the biggest factor. Pennies that have been used in circulation over the years tend to show signs of wear and tear, which reduces their value. A heavily circulated penny will typically only be worth face value, just 1 cent. However, when you find a 1963 penny in uncirculated or near mint condition, that's when things start to get interesting. A coin in pristine condition is much rarer and highly sought after by collectors. Coins that have been well preserved, without any scratches or discoloration, are much more valuable. If your 1963 penny looks like it was just minted yesterday, that's a huge plus, but it's not just about condition. Another factor that plays into the coin's value is its rarity. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of 1963 pennies, over time, many of these coins were lost or damaged. Finding one that's still in excellent condition is much harder than you might think. The rarity of the 1963 penny, combined with its historical significance as one of the last pennies to feature the wheat design, adds to its appeal. And then, there's the possibility of minting errors. Mint errors happen when there's a mistake during the production of the coin, and they can make a coin even more valuable. For example, a 1963 penny with a double die error, where the image is unintentionally printed twice, could be worth far more than a regular penny. Collectors love mint errors because they're unique, and finding one of these mistakes in your collection could mean a major payout. So, if you have a 1963 penny that looks a bit odd, it might be worth examining further to see if there's an error that could make it even more special. Now, let's talk about just how much your 1963 Liberty 1-cent coin could be worth. While most of these pennies are worth just 1 cent, there are certain examples that have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and any mint errors they might have. If you're lucky enough to have a 1963D penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a value far above face value. In fact, a 1963D penny in near mint condition or with a rare minting error could be worth as much as $66,000. Yes, you heard that right, $66,000 for a single penny. Imagine finding that one coin tucked away in a jar, in a drawer, or even in a pile of change from years ago. It's incredible to think that something so small and seemingly insignificant could be worth such a large sum. The 1963D penny is a great example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a collector's dream if it's in the right condition or has a rare error. If you think you have a 1963D penny that might be worth something special, it's a good idea to take a closer look at its condition. If it's still in excellent shape, with no signs of wear, it could be worth a lot more than just a few cents. Also, check for any minting errors. Sometimes a small mistake can lead to a huge reward for collectors. If you find something unusual, it's worth consulting with a professional coin grader who can help you assess its value more accurately. In conclusion, the 1963D Liberty 1-cent coin is a great example of how a seemingly small, everyday coin can have significant value in the world of coin collecting. With its historical importance, potential rarity, and the possibility of mint errors, this penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent. If you're lucky enough to have a 1963D penny in pristine condition or with a rare minting flaw, you could be holding a coin worth $66,000. Next coin, we're diving into a penny that you might think is just an ordinary 1-cent coin, but it's actually much more valuable than you'd expect. We're talking about the 1970 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. It's a coin that could be hiding in your pocket change, and if you're lucky enough to find one in the right condition, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Stick with us because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at what a single penny can be worth. Let's start by taking a look at the background of this coin. The 1970 penny features the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, which has been the design since 1909. This classic portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, has made the Lincoln penny one of the most iconic coins in American history. On the reverse, the 1970 penny displays the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the wheat ears design in 1959. The Lincoln Memorial design, created by Frank Gasparro, features a view of the famous memorial in Washington, D.C., with the words E Pluribus Unum and United States of America circling the image. So, what makes the 1970 Liberty 1-cent coin stand out in the world of coin collecting? The answer lies in its condition, rarity, and the possibility of minting errors. As with most coins, the value of the 1970 penny can vary widely based on how well it has been preserved over the years. While many 1970 pennies were used in daily transactions and show signs of wear, finding one in excellent or uncirculated condition can make all the difference when it comes to its worth. Coins that have been in circulation for decades tend to accumulate scratches, dents, and other imperfections that decrease their value. However, if you happen to find a 1970 penny that looks as if it was just minted yesterday, it could be worth much more than its face value. These well-preserved pennies are much rarer, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that are in near mint or uncirculated condition. So, if you find a 1970 penny without any signs of wear, you might just have a hidden gem, but condition isn't the only thing that could make the 1970 penny valuable. Rarity also plays a major role. The U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies in 1970, but over the years, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or melted down. As time goes on, the number of 1970 pennies in pristine condition becomes smaller and smaller. This means that if you find one in excellent shape, you might have a coin that's considered rare in the world of collectors, and then, there's the possibility of a minting error. Mint errors occur when there's a mistake during the production of a coin, and they are highly prized by collectors because they are unique and one of a kind. Some common minting errors include double strikes, off-center strikes, or unusual die cracks. If your 1970 penny has any of these errors, it could be worth much more than a regular, error-free coin. Mint errors are like a lucky find, something that could turn a common coin into a highly valuable treasure. Now, let's get to the most exciting part, the value of the 1970 Liberty 1-cent coin. While a typical 1970 penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent, a well-preserved, uncirculated example can fetch a much higher price. In fact, if your 1970 penny is in excellent condition, or if it has a rare minting error, it could be worth $55,000, yes, you heard that right, $55,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that a small coin like this could be worth such a large sum, but it's a great reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Whether it's the rarity, the condition, or the possibility of a mint error, the 1970 penny is a great example of how something that seems like an ordinary piece of currency can turn into a valuable collectible. If you think you have a 1970 penny that might be worth something, it's important to check its condition. If it's in near mint or uncirculated condition, that's a huge indicator that it could be worth more than just 1 cent. You should also take a closer look for any minting errors. Even the smallest imperfection could mean big money for collectors who are eager to add unique pieces to their collections. If you find something unusual, it's a good idea to have your coin professionally graded by a certified numismatist who can assess its value and authenticity. In summary, the 1970 United States Liberty 1-cent coin might just be a penny, but it could be worth a small fortune if you have one in the right condition. Whether it's the rarity of well-preserved coins, the potential for minting errors, or simply the historical significance of this particular penny, the 1970 coin is an excellent example of how a seemingly ordinary item can hold extraordinary value. If you have a 1970 penny that's in pristine condition or has a rare mint error, you could be holding a coin worth $55,000. Specially, we have an incredibly exciting and valuable coin to discuss, one that could be hiding in your collection or sitting in your change jar right now, the 1954 Liberty 1-cent coin. You may think, it's just a penny, but wait until you hear how much this small piece of history could actually be worth. Stick around as we dive deep into what makes the 1954 penny such a rare find, and why it might just be worth a lot more than you'd expect. Let's start by looking at the history of this coin. The 1954 penny is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, which has featured the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side since 1909. This iconic image, designed by Victor David Brenner, is one of the most recognizable and beloved designs in American coinage. On the reverse side, the 1954 penny features the classic wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 until 1958. This design, symbolizing the importance of agriculture to the United States, has become one of the most iconic symbols of American currency. The D mint mark on the 1954 penny tells us that it was minted in Denver, Colorado. The D mint mark is particularly significant because it differentiates it from pennies minted in other locations, such as Philadelphia or San Francisco. Coins with mint marks from specific locations can be rarer, which can impact their value. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1954 penny so valuable. The key factors that determine its worth are its rarity, condition, and the potential for mint errors. Let's break it down. First, the rarity of the 1954 penny is something to keep in mind. While millions of these pennies were minted, the reality is that many of them were circulated and have been damaged over time. Finding a 1954 penny in excellent condition is a rare occurrence. Coins that have been used in daily transactions tend to show wear from constant handling, which can diminish their value. However, coins that have been well preserved, particularly those that have never been circulated, are worth much more. If you have a 1954 penny that looks as if it just came out of the mint, you're looking at a very valuable piece of history. Next, let's discuss mint errors, which can play a huge role in determining the value of a coin. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin production process, resulting in coins with unusual characteristics. These errors can include things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or even strange die cracks. When it comes to the 1954 penny, these types of errors are highly sought after by collectors. A mint error can dramatically increase the value of a coin, as it makes that particular piece unique and one of a kind. For example, if you find a 1954 D penny with a double die error, where the image is unintentionally struck twice, your penny could be worth a significant amount more than a standard coin. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1954 D penny. A typical 1954 D penny in circulated condition will usually only be worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, things change drastically when the coin is in excellent condition. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1954 D penny can be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars, depending on its condition and any unique features it may have. If you're lucky enough to have a 1954 D penny in near mint or mint condition, it could be worth a lot more than you expect. But wait, there's more. If your 1954 D penny happens to have a rare mint error, such as a double die or other unique flaw, it could be worth a jaw-dropping amount. That's right, your 1954 D penny could be worth $99,000, yes, you heard that correctly, $99,000 for a single penny. It may sound unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, it's not as rare as you might think. Coins with rare mint errors, especially those that are as old as the 1954 D penny, are highly coveted by collectors, and they can fetch some seriously high prices at auction. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have a 1954 D penny that could be worth so much? Well, the first step is to carefully inspect your coin. Check the condition. If it looks brand new and doesn't show any signs of wear, you're already off to a good start. Then, take a close look for any mint errors. If you see something unusual, like a double die or an off-center strike, you might be sitting on a rare and valuable coin. If you think your 1954 D penny might be worth something, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified numismatist. A professional grading service can help you determine the coin's condition and give you an accurate estimate of its value. In summary, the 1954 D Liberty 1-cent coin is a prime example of how a small and seemingly insignificant penny can actually hold incredible value. With its historical significance, rarity, and the possibility of mint errors, this penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent. If you have a well-preserved 1954 D penny or one with a rare minting flaw, you could be holding a coin worth $99,000. Now, we're shining the spotlight on an exceptional coin, the 1945 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, it might look like just another penny, but as we dig deeper, you'll be amazed at the hidden value this coin could hold. Make sure to stick around until the end, because we're about to reveal just how much a single 1945 penny could be worth. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin is a part of the famous Lincoln Cent series, which has featured the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this image of Lincoln has become one of the most recognized symbols in American coinage. The reverse of the 1945 penny, however, is what sets it apart from its earlier predecessors. The coin features the classic wheat ears design, which was in circulation from 1909 to 1958. This design, symbolizing agriculture and the nation's farming heritage, is an essential part of the Lincoln Cent's rich history. The 1945 penny, specifically, holds a special place in the timeline of American coins. Why? Because it was minted during the final year of World War II, a time when the United States was recovering from the war and beginning to enter a period of prosperity. With this historical context in mind, a 1945 penny is not just a coin, it's a reminder of a transformative time in American history. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1945 penny so valuable. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. While millions of 1945 pennies were minted, many of them were heavily circulated and have suffered wear and tear over the decades. A coin that has been used in daily transactions typically shows signs of age, with scratches, discoloration, and flattening. However, finding a 1945 penny in excellent or near mint condition is extremely rare, and this is where the real value lies. coins that have been well preserved, especially those that have never been in circulation, are far more valuable. These coins maintain their original detail, sharpness, and luster, making them highly desirable to collectors. If you have a 1945 penny that looks as if it was just minted yesterday, you're holding a rare treasure. These pristine coins are the ones that can fetch high prices in the collector's market. In addition to condition, rarity is another major factor that contributes to the value of the 1945 penny. While many of these pennies were produced, not all of them have survived in top condition. Over the years, countless pennies have been lost, damaged, or melted down. The ones that remain, particularly those in uncirculated or excellent condition, are becoming more and more scarce, making them highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. Mint errors also play a big role in determining a coin's worth. Mint errors occur when there's a mistake during the production process, resulting in a coin that has some unusual or unique characteristics. These errors can include things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. If your 1945 penny has any of these rare minting errors, its value could increase dramatically. Error coins are considered one-of-a-kind and can fetch much higher prices than standard issue coins, which is why collectors eagerly search for them. So, just how much is a 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin worth? Well, it depends on the condition and any unique features it might have. A typical 1945 penny in average or circulated condition is worth just its face value, 1 cent. However, when you find a 1945 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if it happens to have a rare minting error, the value can soar. Now, here's the exciting part. If you have a 1945 penny that is in excellent condition, or if it's one of the rarer variants with minting errors, it could be worth $111,000. Yes, you heard that right, $111,000. It's unbelievable, right? But in the world of rare coins, it's not as out of the ordinary as it seems. A 1945 penny in perfect condition, or one with a unique error, is a highly valuable piece of American history, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collections. So, how can you tell if you have a 1945 penny worth this kind of money? First, check the condition of the coin. If it's well preserved with no signs of wear or damage, you might be looking at something valuable. Next, inspect it for any mint errors. Even small imperfections can make a huge difference in value. If you spot something unusual, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded to determine its true worth. In conclusion, the 1945 United States Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just a penny. It's a piece of American history that holds immense value for collectors. Whether it's the rarity, the historical significance, or the possibility of mint errors, the 1945 penny could be worth a lot more than you think. If you find one in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin worth $111,000. Thanks for watching, and we hope you found this video insightful. If you enjoyed learning about the value of the 1945 penny, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our future discoveries. Keep your eyes peeled for those rare coins. You never know when you'll find a treasure worth a small fortune. Happy collecting!